We're going to be reading some stories from the Am I the Asshole subreddit. Now, I've selected some unique characters for us to look at here. My husband is wonderful and is very playful, but has a habit of teasing people to show his affection. He's not malicious, but sometimes it rubs me the wrong way, as I'm a bit more straight laced and direct. He really upset me recently. For background, I have an old knee injury that still acts up from time to time, which sucks. Anyways, I mentioned yesterday that I was going to the gym. He asked me what I was going to go do. I said that I was going to use the elliptical, and he jokingly replied, "Go get it, Grandma." That angered me so much. I told him that I know we joke around a lot, but that I wanted to be clear that I don't want to tease each other. I told him that I knew I'm sure he meant well, and that's how he acts with others, but told him to please not make sarcastic comments about me. He apologized and backed off after that. We had a quiet, tense night at home, and he seemed genuinely scared of interacting with me, which was unnecessary. I told him at home not to be upset that I gave him a boundary. He said he wasn't, but things have still been weird. Sometimes I get the feeling he thinks I'm a frigid bitch who can't take a joke. Sometimes I think that about me too, but I did not take kindly to his joke. Now, the comments had some mixed opinions about this. I personally can't imagine being this sensitive, like if someone was just teasing me to get so in my feelings about it. A couple of months ago, my girlfriend started working a new role for airport ground operations, which involved driving and getting some certifications. The day she started, her company made a LinkedIn post with a picture of her about how she was the first woman joining the team and also encouraging more women to apply and get certifications. Literally the day after she messed up badly at work and crashed a vehicle into a plane. No one was hurt or anything, but the plane was damaged and a flight had to be delayed. It was really silly since she accelerated when she thought she was braking and made it worse. The same had actually happened to her while driving on the road once when she rear ended a car. It's been a few months since that happened, and I obviously didn't say anything to make her feel too bad at the time. However, we were just talking about it in conversation, and I mentioned to her that I found it pretty funny since she messed up the day after they made that LinkedIn post about empowering women in these careers. I thought it's been a while and we could laugh at the irony together, but she called me an asshole and accused me of making her confidence worse. She now works a different job in retail, so it's not like she's still working there. Now, this guy seems to be totally lacking self awareness as to why he's undermining her by acting this way, and I think it was pretty obvious to everyone else, as was evident by the comments. Me and my other two friends were just chilling in class, and then my other friend one playfully pushes my head. I laugh it off and get up to push her head back, but I unknowingly push it super hard and accidentally make her head bump into my friend two's head. When this happens, I immediately apologize because that's not what I meant to do. Friend 1 accepts my apology and brushes it off because she knew that's not what I meant to do. But friend 2 is still mad, and I seriously don't know what to do. I really care about this friend and don't want our friendship to be ruined by a harmless incident. At the same time, I think friend 2 expects me to cry at her feet and beg for forgiveness, and that's not what I'm going to do. I feel like I already apologized and said it was an accident, and she doesn't get that, then that's on her. Now, this post didn't have any replies, and I can kind of feel people collectively just shaking their head at this person.
Both my son and my nephew slash his cousin are sixth graders at the same school. They started lacrosse, and only video games are bigger than lacrosse at their school. Those boys get filthy and sweaty, so they usually go shower in the locker rooms. They have curtain showers, and they walk around with towels around their waist most of the time. Except my nephew, who doesn't any of the time. He's rather glib and thinks the locker room is his own bathroom. My son was uncomfortable with him, walking up to their friends in the buff and trying to join their conversation. In fact, it created tension. I pulled my nephew aside this Saturday and said he should wear a towel around his waist in the locker room. He asked why. I said because your friends are not comfortable. I even gave him a nice Turkish robe with a hoodie for him to wear. My brother found out and started telling me how dare I tell his son what to wear in the locker room. It's the other kids with the problem. Then he said my son is being a bully. I said I've never been in the locker room, and it's true. I didn't say anything because it didn't bother me. He said he'd be giving back the robe, and how dare I tell him what to wear?
Now, these people all seem to think that this lady is the asshole, though I'm not sure I agree with the commenters this time. I do think it's a little weird that this kid is hanging dong in the locker room, at least. I'd be uncomfortable with it, but hey, maybe that's just my hang-ups. Anyways, I hope my voice acting wasn't too annoying. I feel like I have a pretty wide vocal range, so I wanted to do something different and show that off today. Chat room surfer logging out.